welcome back to the channel. So I realized I hadn't done a what I eat in a day off-season version, and I actually have the day off work, so figured I'd take you with me. I already, yes, on my day off I still got up at like 6:30 because I have kids, so, and it's like a Tuesday. But anyway, I got up, and while they were getting ready, I did some walking on my treadmill in the basement, and then drove them over to school. So I just got back, and I'm gonna be having my breakfast. So what I'm having today is actually not unlike what I had a lot in prep, which was this oatmeal. I do better oats, and because I'm not in prep, I actually get to have 2 packets of it. So it's pretty simple. Just pour them both in, and then see, like, the packet has a little line of how far to fill up the water. So I'm going to do that. And make sure that if you're using 2 packets, you put in 2 packets worth of water. I made that mistake before. And I like to add this is the cinnamon roll flavor, which is my favorite flavor. They have a couple others, but I just put a couple liquid stevia drops in there just to sweeten it up a touch, because I am going to add to this. So it kind of dilutes the flavor a little bit. So I'd like to add a little bit of sweetness. So I will put it in for a minute, and then we'll go on to the next step. Okay, so after a minute, I will give it a quick mix, and then I add in egg whites. What? Oh, okay, I got an error message, but it's all good. So anyway, so then I add in egg whites to get extra protein, and to get some fluff. I always make sure that I shake it up first so you don't get like that snotty texture to it. And right now I'm putting in about 155 grams of egg whites. So I like to stir while I'm putting it in, just to avoid any potential, like, you don't want chunks of egg white, right? Like, you want it mixed in. So I mix that in. And like, the brand of egg whites does not matter. I've used a bunch of different brands, so I just usually get whatever's cheaper, quite honestly. Okay, and then I pop it in for another minute. All right, so after a minute, I actually will take it out, and I will give it a good stir, because this is right when, like, the egg whites are starting to thicken up a little bit. And again, I don't want anything to be chunky. Okay, so on that note, I will say, when I first saw the idea of adding egg whites to oatmeal, I wanted to throw up. Like, that sounded so gross. Like, I did not understand how that would work. But the things you do in prep when you need protein and not a whole lot of anything else. I tried it because I saw it on someone's YouTube. Honestly, I don't remember whose, and it actually was not bad. This is just the process that I have figured out, because I don't want to have any, like, I don't want to put it in just for like 3 minutes straight. So anyway, the third time I will either put it in for like a minute or 30 seconds. We'll try 30 seconds for right now, and see if it's ready. Otherwise, I'll pop it in for a little longer. All right, so I'm gonna give it a quick stir again. It's a little bit too watery than I would like, so I'm gonna pop it in for a little bit longer. I feel like the more egg whites you have, the more you a little bit longer, you have to cook it. So just know that it won't always match up to what's on the packet, and that's okay. But I do like to take this quick breaks to stir it up, just because I think it keeps it nice and fluffy. So I'm gonna put it in for like 19 seconds this time, because I don't think it needs the whole 30. I like to make sure that when I take it out, it's a little bit liquidy, because it thickens up as it cools off a little bit. So if it thickens up too much, then you have to add water, and then like you defeat the purpose. Okay, I lied. So it needs a little longer again, but you just make it whatever consistency you want. Makes you happy, right? And I guess throughout the day today, I'm gonna have to update you on some things. So stick with me. I will talk you through it. Honestly, I'm just kind of tired right now, and I don't really want to talk. So we'll talk later, once I have a little bit more energy. There we go. I'll show this to you guys. Let me flip this around. So there it is in all of its glory. You will see there's no like big, gross, like egg-like chunks, because that would be disgusting. But it has this nice like fluffy texture to it, and it's gorge. I'm gonna enjoy this and sit in my house that doesn't have anyone else in it besides me and my dog, and I'll pop the macros on the screen here for you. All right, bitches. I've had some caffeine and I've been out. It's almost noon, and I should have eaten something at 10:30, but I was getting a facial. So, because that's what we do on our day off. We try and take care of ourselves. Anyway, so I was gonna stop at the grocery store for a few things. Just a few things. I wasn't that hungry when I got out of the facial, but I had brought something for myself. I had a little cooler I brought, but I didn't end up using it. So I'm gonna show it to you now while I unpack this insane amount of fucking groceries. So what do I have? I know you guys have seen it before. I got some Lean Kitchen here. It is the, what is it? Chicken bacon ranch wrap. Ooh. So I know you only see half. It actually comes as 2 halves. But the whole thing, if you eat both halves together, it's like 625 calories, which is that's a lot. I don't need that kind of calories in one sitting. So it's 625 calories, 23 fat, 48 carb, and 57 protein. I don't need that much. So I had half of it yesterday with half of a little ranch dip, and I'm gonna have the other half today. And do I have things in my fridge that I already cooked and prepped? Yes, I fucking do. But this is ready, and I already took it out for myself for today. So that's what we're gonna eat, and we're gonna have a little talk while I unpack all this. So this grocery trip got out of hand. Also, why are there 2 different kinds of bags? Because of course, I stopped at Jewel on the same day I had scheduled a Walmart delivery. Why? Because I get shipped from like 5 different grocery sources. Walmart, I get mostly the crap for my kids and my husband. The packaged shit. However, they don't have my oatmeal or my rice cakes, which are my favorite packaged things. So I get those from Target because they're cheaper at Target than they are elsewhere. But Target doesn't have the yogurt I like, and neither does Walmart, at least not the one by us. And if they do, it's always sold out for some stupid reason. So then I get that at Jewel. And then I get my produce at Whole Foods. And I get most of, and I'm going to say this, most of my meat from an online company called Crowd Cow, and they ship it to me, which it should be here maybe today. So this might get really out of hand. Anyway, so this is groceries for myself, my 2 teenagers, a boy and a girl, 15 and 13, help me, and my grown-ass husband. Now, what I would say is this is not like just 1 week's worth. This is me stocking up on some shit. So these are mine. Yogurt. I get Too Good, which is 2 grams of sugar, and I get Chobani Zero Sugar. Why? Well, they were ones I used in prep because it had a lot less carbs. But also I just actually like the taste of it better than some of the other ones. So that's just what I do. And I just buy 4 of them because I go through probably 1.5 a week. Maybe 2. I don't know. So I did that. And chuck roast, I pretty much never buy meat at the regular grocery store, but this was on sale, and mostly my husband will eat it, but it was $6.99 a pound, so I got 2 huge ass chuck roast things, and I don't know, I'll make them something. I'm trying to be nice. I also got him a fucking huge ass pork shoulder. Ew. Okay, I didn't break it. And I got corned beef because I kind of like it every now and then, and I need a little bit more fat because I'm having trouble hitting my fats. So yeah, they don't have that one. So that is that. Dill dip for my veggies. No, I don't have a baby, but I just realized that while my kids are 13 and 15, I still had diaper wipes in my car from when they were in diapers. So they're totally dry. And I like to keep them in my console because you never know when you need to wipe shit up. So that's gonna go in my car. I'm not gonna walk you through everything I get here, but I figured I'd just explain a few things. While I'm explaining a few things, I'm going to talk you through my current situation. Oh, yeah. The one thing that kind of sucks about the farm meat service I'm using is they don't have super lean ground beef. So the 96.4 and the 92.8 or whatever were on sale, so I picked that up at Jewel as well. So I got literally 3 packs of each. So this is not my typical meat haul or grocery haul with that, but you do what you gotta do, and when you find the shit that you eat all the time on sale, stock up. Get a deep freeze. It's worth it. Okay. Okay, hold on, I need to eat. Keep forgetting I'm supposed to be eating. Actually, let me get my notes, because I'm going to update you on my doctor's appointment. Hang on. Okay, so here is the deal. So I had my appointment with my functional medicine doctor, and we went through all my labs, and if you watched my last video, you know I'm dealing with some fucked up shit. So I told you guys I would let you know. We literally, and this is what I love about her, is it's not just like, oh, your labs look good, or oh, your labs look bad, and it's not just like a 15-minute call, like we do them by Zoom. But you know how when you go see a regular doctor, like they barely know who you are. Unless you're a frequent flyer, then that's not great either. But like I spend 45 minutes to an hour on the Zoom call with her, and we go through, like, she asks how I'm feeling, we go through all the lab results, we go through like where I'm at in terms of, are we trying for fat loss, like all that stuff. So anyway, we went through literally everything. So she was comparing, actually, she did her full set, like it was a lot of vials of blood. She did her full set on me, and we compared it to my December of 2022 labs, which was right before I started prep last year, just to see where I was at relative to that. Yes, I buy Fruity Pebbles because my kids eat them, just because I am a nutrition coach does not mean this shit ain't in my house. But I'm gonna eat it. Why? Because I'm an adult. Sometimes I want to, sometimes I do. But I can be an adult and not eat all this shit if I'm not supposed to. Okay. So we looked at my kidney function relative to last year, and the measurements of that were like bun, and that's blood urea nitrogen, I believe, and creatinine. And she said versus last year at the same time, both of them were significantly higher. And if you recall from like my really older video where I had my kidney function looked at, my levels show up as higher like normally because of my amount of muscle mass relative to the rest of my body. But I would say I haven't grown, you know, I'm done growing. And the numbers still went up, which means that my kidneys were not quite as happy as they were last year. So we're going to keep an eye on that. And let's see. My cortisol was high, which, you know, depending on what you know about cortisol, it's an indicator of stress on the body. Your body will increase cortisol as a stress response. Yeah, no, I know, my 15-year-old cocky is disgusting. But I get him a certain amount and it has to last him for weeks, so he has to ration them out. Okay, anyway, so my cortisol was high. My cortisol was higher than before prep, during prep, or after prep. It's the highest it's ever been. Which is honestly not a very good indicator. So there's that. Then we went through, my testosterone was about the same. My estrogen was a little bit higher, but she wasn't sure because we think I've had like one cycle since my prep, and that was in December, so she wasn't exactly sure what day of the cycle I was on when they took these labs, so we're checking that again, but she said it looked like estrogen was a little bit high. My DHEA was a little bit higher, and that's due to stress on the body, but liver, A1C, insulin, those were doing okay. My white blood cell count was a little bit higher. My neutrophils were 77% of my blood volume, which is a pretty significant increase. And my ferritin, I guess, was down 50%, which means I was using up iron. I was trying to, it's like indicator of trying to repair. So I don't know, like, I don't know all the science behind it, I'm not gonna pretend to, but, so she was like, girl, when you put it all together, oh yeah, and she looked at my thyroid, which was, we already talked about that, less than ideal. So, what did she say? She said that all of that points to a major, like significant inflammatory response in my body, which is why everything's sort of going haywire. And she said, given the timing, of when I had COVID in October, I kind of had already mentioned that. She said, given that timing, and then relative to when we did the labs, she said that we have got to get the system to basically calm down. Because we are not going to make progress. We are not going to course correct this if we don't do some things. So, I'm on a fuck ton of supplements temporarily. So I've walked you through my supplements before, but I'm going to show you what I have. So basically our entire strategy for the next 30 days is to get my hormones to regulate, get them functioning better on their own, and reduce inflammation and stress. Number one. So out of the gate, before I even talk about these supplements, she said, reviewed with me again, what my training plan was looking like, and told her, I'm still doing 4 days of lifting, 3 to 4 days of lifting, depending on the rotation, and 2 days of CrossFit. So she basically said that I had to pause CrossFit. That, obviously CrossFit is a high intensity, it's a HIIT workout, and high intensity workouts increase inflammation and stress on the body, which is the opposite of what we want. So basically, she was like, for 30 days, no CrossFit, you can still lift. No CrossFit, no cardio. You can lift, but no back-to-back days. So if I work out on a Monday, I can't work out on a Tuesday. I can work out on Wednesday, I can't work out on a Thursday, and so on. To again aid in rest and recovery for my system. So that's what I have to do in terms of lifestyle. Also, calm the fuck down. So yeah. But I'm going to be using my time on my rest days to try to work on some lifestyle things, which is really hard for me. It's kind of what I suck at. So, I told you in the last video that we joined the Y so that my daughter can do this performance program thing. And they have a sauna there. So when she is in her class 2 to 3 times a week, I will be in the sauna, and that's she actually said that's really great. So let's focus on that. I'm going to focus on trying to reduce stress. Although, once you hear what's been going on, you're going to laugh, because I have not been very successful in achieving that. But, let's see. Then we got into supplements. So, sorry. My freezer is jam-packed. Anyway, so the supplements. We have, what do we have? We have L-carnitine. And what does this do? What does she say this did? Oh, it helps with lipolysis, which is how you digest and use fat. And because I've expressed concern about my fluffiness, she said that this would help my body better allocate how it's digesting and using the fat I'm taking in. And then this is a colon motility blend. That's right. I've always had sort of slow digestion, but has gotten significantly worse. Like people go days without any movement. So this is, it's not like a laxative. It just, there's nothing forceful with it or anything like that. It just helps things move a little bit better, sort of like greases the wheels. I don't know, that's how I can explain it. This is, what is this? What is this? Calcium deglutarate. I know. It's that. And what did she say? This has, she substituted this out for my hormone optimizer that I was at least keeping a lid on things with. Basically, it helps with the stress response. So it helps with your cortisol and things like that. So like DIM, obviously DIM is in the name, estradiol, and it will help with all of that fun stuff. So I have to have those. By the way, I had to write on these. I don't know if you see this, but like, this is how I keep it straight. Like, let's not be too complicated. So I have six a day for these motherfuckers, and they're not small. 1 a day of these, and 3 a day of this. But to be honest, I started with 1, and then I moved up to 2, and I haven't moved up to 3 yet because like I don't want to blow out. Okay, the next thing is this. What is this? NAC and glycine powder, which, yeah, I don't know what it does. Hold on. I should have prepared for this video. What does this do? Oh, it aids with your immunity and inflammation. So I have this. It's like a little baby powder. It has like a little flavor. It's not terrible. It's like a peach mango. And then this one's super fun. This is curcumin. And no. I also wrote on that bottle. I know you can get like capsules, but she said I will absorb it better through this, but I have to have this twice a day. And it is, you can see I've spilled it a little. It is bright orange. Like if you get this on shit, you will stain it. So be fucking careful. It actually doesn't taste as bad as I thought it would. So there's like a sweetener in it or whatever. But what I do is I take this and I put this with it and I mix them together. So that's 1 a day. And then the other one is I actually just squirt a little bit in the pre-workout. But you have to keep it refrigerated, by the way. So all of that adds up to, in addition to my normal supplements with like my digestive enzymes and my vitamin D and my fish oil and my magnesium, just this new stuff alone is like, let's see, 6, 9, 10 extra capsules a day plus 2 drinks. So, I mean, it's not, I actually thought it would be more expensive. It wasn't that bad, but I'm not fucking around, guys. So what that means is, obviously, I can't start a fat loss phase right now because putting yourself in a deficit adds stress to your body. And my body can't handle that, and it probably wouldn't be very effective. So that's where we're at with that. I had a feeling she was gonna tell me that I needed to drop CrossFit, just because I know that it causes inflammation and stuff like that. So I had a feeling that was gonna be what she was gonna tell me. And it's scary, like I'm not gonna lie, it's scary. Like when you've been working out 6 days a week and you're gonna drop down to 3 or 4, depending on the rotation, and you're already scared of gaining more weight, it's scary. Like I was afraid I was just going to turn into like the Michelin Man. I've been doing this for about 2.5 weeks and I'm exactly the same weight. So I've done no cardio. I can do walking just to stay active, so I do like to do that. But no cardio, no CrossFit, no back-to-back days. And my number one fear was gaining weight, and I haven't gained any. My second fear, and don't laugh at me, but my second fear was losing my gains. Like, I thought, and again, like, I know all the stuff, like giving yourself adequate rest, blah, 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 actually helps build muscle. Like, I know all of the data, but I like working out that often. And I don't want to do it less. But what I can say is my strength training sessions on average I've been able to push myself harder, add more weight for the same I'm still doing the same exercises. I'm still in the same rep scheme right now. So yeah, I don't know if we would have been able to increase strength gains anyway, because like you can't do both, right? So, but yeah, I've been able to make some increases in weight on a lot of the movements. So I would say overall, while it was scary, like, I don't know, knock on some wood, so far so good. I haven't gained weight due to, less activity, and it looks like I'm gaining strength. So those are two positives. We're gonna retest my hormones in February, probably mid-February, and we'll see what it says, but we're just gonna leave things status quo. And try to get my body to cooperate and ride it out. But so far I am almost 4 months post-COVID, and they said that this can go on for 4 to 6. So I'm more than halfway, and I'm hoping that, doing the supplements and making some adjustments can help expedite the recovery. But yeah, that's what's going on. I'm gonna put the rest of the shit away. I hope you can hear me over all the packages and stuff. But anyway, I'll check up with you when I eat next. I'm already behind on my food, so it might be sooner rather than later. Bye. Welcome to my next snack. It's about 1:45, and I should probably actually get the snack. Hang on. Yes, this is my laundry pile. Okay. So I am just having a blueberry cobbler 1 bar. Let's see, it's 230 calories for the bar, 20 grams of protein, 23 carb, and 8 grams of fat. Like I said, I was behind, or am behind, on my food for the day since it's 1:45, and I go to bed at I stop eating before 7:45, so that means I have 6 hours to still get in a fuck ton of calories. So that's when I rely on some sort of a supplement, because trying to get all those calories in with all whole foods is going to be kind of hard at this point. But I also just don't want to eat complete shit. Not because I can't, but because I literally don't want to. I feel better when I eat better, and I don't feel like shit. So with all the other stuff I'm dealing with, we don't need to be introducing Oreos and crap like that. So if I want to have it, I could, but I don't want to. So I'm not going to. I'm going to have my protein bar like a good girl and fold my never-ending pile of laundry. Check in with you in a bit.